Hey, this is Uncle Mark in the mothership with a 3-string cigar box guitar. This is more like for pedals and stuff. I just did a video of U2. Do a lot of videos with delay. You can see my pedal set down here below. But this is a delay pedal. It is a Danelectro. Danelectro is a company that is famous for making cheap pedals. And I don't mean bad quality, I just mean cheap. I think I bought this when it came out. It was probably 20 bucks when it came out. Now they've gone up in price, but you can still get them for about 50 bucks. For my money, this is the best delay pedal I own. It is a Dan Echo. It is an echo pedal. It's not a delay, but it's an echo. And they're very, very close. I prefer echo over delay. I have multiples of delay pedals. This pedal, like I said, you can probably get it for 50 bucks. Here's a Keeley, and this Keeley probably costs 150 to 200 bucks. Used, you know, it's a really expensive echo. And I'll take my Dano over the Keeley. It's heavy, it's clunky, it's big, it's really heavy. I mean, it's made out of metal. You're not going to break it. I've had this for over 10 years. It's a great pedal. And I just wanted to show you the things I do with an Echo. So I'm going to plug it into my rig here. So what it's really good for, you can hear my sound. Right, so I'm going to turn up a touch. Very dry. There's nothing to it. So when I engage this, you can hear it bop, 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 bop. So if I do individual notes, so here I am, you can hear it repeat it, okay, a couple of times. I can turn that down using this first knob here. That's the mix. The first knob is the mix, and it gives you how much of the pedal is actually going to go through. You don't really hear it. You don't hear anything now. Come up about a quarter. Hear a little bit. So if you're playing some solos, you can still hear it. It's really nice to keep it on light. It's a really nice pedal. You can turn the mix up even more. It makes your solos a lot fatter. There's a lot of fun things you can do with this pedal. You can turn the speed of the repeats up. So it's bop, 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 bop. So let me turn the mix up even more. Bop, 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 bop. So now we're starting to get into the ping pong. So you can hear how it works a little bit that way. So you can do chords the same way. There are a lot of people that like to play in those boxes. So you get that box going, and a box is just the repeat after the note. Now you're playing in the box. You can still hear it. There's a lot of things you can do with a delay pedal. It's got a low and a high. So you don't really hear much on the low. Turn up this guy. Turn everything up and get really wacky. You can hear a womp, 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 womp. Things you can do with this echo. That's what makes it different than a delay. It doesn't have quite the same stuff on it. If I turn it to high, fun stuff you can do with this pedal. I'm going to turn the mix all the way up. Turn the speed all the way up. Now everything's up. Of fun things with it. Anyway, it's a Dan Echo. It's really sweet. I really like it. It's only got a few controls. It's hard to really screw it up. Turn everything back to what I had. And I kind of like it here. Back to where I was. Hear that? Just enough to make leads happy. You can still hear that lead. That's what I really like about them. But anyway, this Danelectro is a nice cheap pedal. It's Uncle Mark in the mothership, just showing you little things that I have here. I have a video on my looper, and we'll go through other things. If you're a person that wants to get started into buying pedals, the Polytune, this guy here is the first thing you should get. Okay, this is the Polytune is the best one for my money. I can see it in very bright sunlight coming down into it. I can still see it. That's really important. You're playing outside. A tuner is the first thing you should buy for me. So that's something to think about. If you're gonna delve into the pedal department, it's madness. Always think return on investment when you're buying pedals. What can I get for it? Like I said, the reason I like the Danelectro is I can pay 50 bucks for it and I can still get 50 bucks for it. Okay? The reason I like the RC30 is because I can pay 200 bucks for it and I can sell it for 200 or 180 tomorrow. I mean, it'll go that fast. So it has a good ROI, return on investment. The Keeley, you'll pay 200 bucks for this? I bet you I can't get 100 for it. So, you know, what happens is if I don't want this anymore, I've lost 100 bucks. So these are things to think about when you start buying these puppies. And so be very careful what you're going to spend. It's just about holding its value. The cheaper the pedal, the more it'll hold its value, but you get what you pay for. That's certainly true with a lot of things. I know this has more controls than the Danelectro, so you know it does have its uses. But be careful. You know, you got to be careful when you get these things. They can really run you out of money really fast. But these are great, and the reason I really like this is right here. I can plug in here, and out of that one, I can run all my pedals with one thing. So like I said, if I plug into here, I'm going to run my Danelectro and my looper out of it. So, you know, just showing you why I really like the Polytune. So, anyway, thanks a ton, and we'll talk about pedals some more as it goes on. But thank you very much. I do have a a virtual tip jar. Trying to keep these lessons, let's say, ad-free and open to everybody. I don't want to go the route of Patreon. I like the way it goes right here, and we can talk and discuss this stuff. So anyway, I have a virtual tip jar. It's down in the show notes. It's a paypal.me/Uncle Mark Tips. I thank you so much for everything you do for me, getting the word out and all those wonderful things. So really appreciate it. And we'll talk again soon. Thanks.